The Qatar Grand Prix saw many track limit penalties during the race in 2023. But could you win while track limits are inverted? Let's find out. 5 red lights go to lights out and away we go. I want to just get off and back into track limits as soon as I can. And now into turn 1, I go a bit deep. I got Verstappen on my inside, but I do just about keep him covered off. Now into 2 to take really quite a tight line, just getting used to the conditions here. Can stick a wheel onto the track, so it's effectively following the same rules as real life, so as long as I don't go all 4 wheels onto the circuit, I should be fine. Verstappen is on the outside. He has got himself up into the race lead. They draw a few places there due to the naturally tighter line that I have to follow. But now it's corners like this where I start to gain back that time again. And these sort of high-speed flicks where the AI really have to back out. Just want to get these braking markers out the way as soon as I can. Chucking it into these corners. You can really go a lot faster than the AI, so I don't have to worry about going too wide. And now I go back off the circuit at 2, go very wide there. Just about keep within the limits, have a big slide on the rear. And through goes all these cars. Yeah, I couldn't obviously start the race off the track, and the only other exception will be the pit stops. So for both of them, I'll go back onto the track as late as possible, and then back on it onto the track as late as possible, off the track again as soon as possible. So I go quite close to the track limits there. I don't think I went over it. Only 2/10 slower than Hamilton on that last lap, so I will take that. There's definitely a lot more time to be found. I'm just trying to work out the limits of this track. Through goes Hamilton again. But I am comfortably pulling away from Leclerc and Perez now. That's not turn 2. I don't know why I called it 2. Oh, there's a bit of contact there, I think, between the two of them. So I went a bit wide, having to clip the sausage curb. So now chuck it through the final sector. Again, very close to the white lines. I'm taking quite a few risks at this stage, to be honest. But I don't think I've gone outside the track limits just yet. And now I get DRS as well. And for the first time, I do get back past Verstappen and into the race lead. Going on to lap 4 here with a 1:35.1. Setting the new fast lap of the race. George Russell's out of the session. Going right the way around the outside of Verstappen. Onto the gravel a bit, onto the curb. Just about staying off the track with my front left wheel. And my tyres are really going off. Possibly from the amount of gravel I'm having to use. It's really damaging my tyres. The RIS are already on 30% after just 4 laps. There's a lot less traction and just rubber laid down on the circuit when I'm this wide on the runoff, which makes traction goes a lot more difficult on my RIS. So I go a bit deep there. And get really out of shape on the traction. I just about keep the car within the white lines though. Although I really am struggling on the rear with the traction. I think actually I will come in this lap as Mark told me to. Right, so I'm into the pits this lap. I crossed onto the track, now I'm off it again. So it's just quickly crossing over the white lines. And in I come for the hard tyres. Oh, there's an issue. There's a pit stop error in a late stage in the championship. That's not good here. Right, now I need to catch Verstappen. I think he's in at the end of lap 9. I'm making up for that pit stop error that I had during my stop. So I go slightly wide of the track limits there. I think that will be my first track limit warning, if you like, on lap 9. And into turn 1, where does Verstappen come out? Even with the pit stop error, I'm quite a way ahead of the Red Bull. Into turn 1. And I maintain my lead. Actually, I retake the lead, in fact, Jin. And I might be able to get him into turn 1 here. .35.0 on that last lap from Lewis Hamilton. I'm not sure what my last lap time was, but I know for sure it wasn't in the 1:35s, or at least not in the low 35s. 35.4 on the last lap for me. 35.0 from Lewis Hamilton. So Hamilton 4 tenths faster on that last lap compared to myself. So I do need to get a bit of a move on. Oh, I enabled ERS in a traction zone. And there goes Verstappen. I realised exactly what I did just after I did it. But this time, I do not get the DRS to the Red Bull. And I think at this point, Max is just going to run away with it. And I lose up to Charles Leclerc on that traction zone as well. I got a really poor exit off the corner with this tyre wear. Even on the hard, I'm struggling with these lines I'm having to take. They're not kind on the tyres. The track isn't particularly kind anyways. To get myself back in front. But it's quite a poor line. It's a really poor line through that penultimate corner. I was trying to just slightly let Leclerc back through. But then I made a mistake on the traction as well. And now I'm barely ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Through that first sector, I've gained right back the Ferrari, setting a purple sector. It's the fastest of the race out of anyone. If I can keep this up in the rest of the lap, these are the sort of laps I needed every lap. That will be a lot better for my championship chart to go outside the track limits there. I think that's only my second time this race, but that does mean I'm now walking a tightrope. Yeah, I do. Charles Leclerc does not have my DRS. This is going to be Hamilton's last and pretty best chance of getting past him. But he is going to win the Qatar Grand Prix. I come home P2. That's not at all bad. I will take that. Well then, that was the Qatar Grand Prix. Thank you to everyone watching at this stage. And I will see you soon for the next round, which will be the penultimate race of the season in Qatar.